Good day, ma'am. I am Chrislyn May Baryoga, reporting conflict management together with City Isa Ronalo. Conflict management is a process where one does not eliminate conflict, instead allow conflict but minimize the negative effect of conflict while retaining and boosting its positive side effect. The practice of conflict management often boosts one's ability to communicate and act effectively extremely difficult. For example, if an employee is overwhelmed by the duties, ask them to prepare a spreadsheet of tasks with estimated deadlines. So that's an example of conflict management. Next is conflict theory. It's the theory which explains and dedicates the region of conflict uprising, such as but not limited to causes and reasons. For example of conflict theory describes the relationship between employees and employers as one of conflict, in which the employees wish to pay as little as possible for the employees' labor, while the employees' labor wish to maximize their wages. There are 5 strategies of conflict management. First is the collaboration. Collaboration is an act of working with individuals to reach or achieve common goal or ends. Collaboration it means that discussing work challenges on team communication channels, or it is the action of working with someone to produce or create something. Next strategy is compromising. To compromise is to let go of a demand in order to fulfill another. Example of compromising: a teenager wanting to come home at midnight, while their parents want them to come home at 10 p.m. They end up agreeing upon 11 p.m. So that's what example of compromising. It means that to give up some demand and agree on something less than what was originally wanted. Next is accommodating. Accommodating strategy or style is similar to a killing with kindness strategy. Example is when the manager who helps a customer with a certain return. Next is competing. Competition serves a lot of purpose. Competition strategy may be used to control or manipulate a merit and demerit system while dissipating discontent. Or competing is example is competing ideas, requirements, or interest. Last is avoiding. An avoidance strategy is like truce at war, where conflict is put on hold, delaying conflict indefinitely. Or it is used to avoidance strategy, that the user must act as a person who do not think too highly of himself, just a level-headed person. Managing conflict. There are 4 types of managing conflict. First is Sherman tanks. Sherman tanks, named after the military warfare unit by the Allied forces in the World War II. This type do not came about how their action affect their prioritize getting what they want or what they need above all. Next is chronic complainers. Complainers which are never satisfied, their thought process focuses on a setback over progress. Or it is someone who consistently vocalize their disappointment with the various aspects of their life. Next is negativist. These individuals are extremely pessimistic. They often hinder brainstorming process, thus terminating chances of new ideas and innovations. Or it is a practice of or habit of being skeptical, critical, and pessimistic, especially toward the views or suggestions of others. Next and last is exploders. Individuals which, as name suggests, explode and are hard to reason out, which nor come down, unstable, and must be sought after for a peaceful reconciliation. Or exploders may be called to expand with force and noise through rapid chemical change or decomposition as gunpowder or nitroglycerin.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. I am Sati Aisa. So today I will be discussing the methods for managing conflict, steps to making action against conflict, and common causes of conflict management failure. Methods for managing conflict. So avoidance. Avoidance, this is the common goal, is to evade disagreement or conflict. Denial denies the existence of conflict. Avoidance, it is tries to delay conflict. Suppression. Suppression minimize conflict everything from its effect and its existence. So, halimbawa is, ang isang tao ay naging masama sa iba at pagkatapos ay iniwasan ang pag-iisip tungkol dito. Dahil ito ay nahahantong sa hindi komportable na pakiramdam ng kahihiyan at hindi pagkakatugma ng pag-alam na kumilos sila sa labas ng karaniwang mga halaga ng tao. Next is dominance. Dominance, it is the setting conflict by force of influence of other measure of strength. Next is third-party intervention. An intervention of an unbiased party to stop the conflict. So, the term third party is used to describe a person or group of people who intervene to help those involved in a dispute resolve their conflict. The third party are many roles, so might have in a conflict situation. So a third party might act as a facilitator to help organize and arrange meetings between disputing parties, and then set agendas, and then guide productive discussions and keep a recording of what is being discussion. And also, third party, it might also serve as a consultant by helping the disputing parties analyze and understand the reasons for the conflict so that they can plan a resolution strategy. Next is compromise. An agreement to stop conflict is to evoke. So, it is the agreement para ma-stop ang conflict into evoke. So, evoke, it means kanang ma-recall nimo to the conscious mind. Next is collaboration. Collaboration make use of a common goal to create a sense of camaraderie and reduce or dissipate conflict. So, when we say camaraderie is pakikipagkaibigan. Example of collaboration example in a workplace. So we are discussing work challenges in team communication channels. So it is not possible to collaborate effectively if you are not communicating effectively. Then, that's why teams in the modern workplace now use instant messaging, tools, and shared communication channels para always sila makakonected to each other. Next is tips to making action against conflict. So, number 1 is analyze or conflict. In order to act, one must first know the problem. So, usa ka magbuhat, so you must first know the problem. Number 2 is determine or strategy. So, once nga ang problem is ma-analyze na siya, so pwede na ka mag-create in a strategy or plan. Basta ma-analyze na siya ang problem. Number 3 is pre-negotiation. So, make preparation for whichever action one will make. So make preparation or pagpangandam alang sa bisan unsa nga mga actions nga mahimo sa usa. Then, negotiate. Negotiate is an act or it is a common way. So, muning mga common way para sa mga tao nga makaresolve sila og problems and then maka-deal with a conflict. Next is post-negotiation. Finish up the action measures made. Next is the common causes of conflict management failure. So for number 1 is unnecessary. So when the individual manage or the manager itself does not deem conflict management necessary or important. So once ang usa or ang manager dili siya magunahuna og mga conflict management. So it is the management necessary or important. Time, when the management consider conflict management to time taking with during this time, the management could be much more productive. So, kapag ang pamamahala is sa alang-alang ang pamamahala ng conflict na masyadong tumatagal ng oras, kapag sa mga panahong ito, ang pamamahala ay maaring maging mas maging productive. Inevitable. So, when the individual and management think that conflict cannot be resolved. And last is how, when the involved groups and individual no longer know what to do. So, not knowing conflict management and problem was let gone for too long. That's all. Thank you.